Hello, it's me from the future. That's scary. Yes, while I was recording this episode, or after I was recording this episode, I should say, I noticed that there was a couple of problems with the recording, specifically two locations, which you'll be able to notice pretty simply. One of them, I could basically ignore it. It's a few seconds of a corridor that doesn't render properly, basically. So it's just a freeze frame essentially. Also, the sound got messed up as well, so I just took it out of that part and just had me narrating. Because really, what I was saying was the important bit, not really what you could see, because there was nothing really to see. So, apologies for that. As for the other part, it's quite a pivotal scene in the video. So, what I had to do was speedrun the game, go back to that part, and then re record it, basically. Of course, it then occurred to me as I was trying to splice it back in, was that my inventory was completely different, so you could blatantly tell it was a splice. So therefore, I just thought I'd come clean and tell you what happened. Basically, I would go back and specifically get my inventory exactly the same as it was, but honestly, that'd take forever. And I kind of just want to move on to the next part of the LP. And again, it's what happens in the scene as opposed to my inventory, really, that's the important part. I just wanted to show the scene off as best I could, so I did the best I could. Could have done it better, possibly. It would have took me a lot more time. Time I don't really have. So apologies, I did the best, but I hope you enjoy the video regardless, and again, I'm sorry for any issues. Hopefully there'll be none in the future, fingers crossed. Hello there, my name is Natural Bear, and welcome to Resident Evil 2, part 3 of the Let's Play. Where we last left, of course, we just picked up the diamond key, as you'll see here, and we're going to be using that to unlock the diamond doors, essentially. Shock horror, I know. They're both on the first floor, as you can see, the purple doors. We're going to be going to the one on the right first, which appears to be linked to the... It's basically the other side of the double-sided mirror, essentially. So we're going to be going there first, and then we're going to be going to the room on the left, which, as you can see, is connected to the room we met Marvin right at the start of the game when we first got to the police station. So we're going to be able to check on him and see if he's okay. Possibly escape with him, who knows. First, though, we need to fix the box, which, I should have done at the start before I started recording, but... well, I didn't, so there we are. We are going to be taking the shotgun, just because I feel like we might need it. So, I mean, we've got the diamond key. At this point in the game, in theory, the difficulty is going to ramp up. You would think it would make sense, right? So let's do that thing. Apologies about that. You'll notice a slight edit there. My dog began crying, so there we are. I had to let him out of the room. And I've took him around the back of the shed and he's been killed. Anyway... we are going to be on our merry way. I believe the quickest way to where we need to go is into the second floor of the hall, down the ladder. I believe that's the quickest way. You can go the other way. If you remember the office where the safe was, towards the start of the game, you can go down into there via the corridor with all the crows in that we saw earlier and do it that way if you want to. But I believe this is slightly quicker. Either way, I'm already on the way now, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Let's face it. Right, here we are. There is a zombie still alive, but we don't need to deal with him yet, because the door's right here, so... I guess we're just going to go in and see what happens. This item here is very interesting. I will talk more about this when we get to use it, but it's one of the more innovative features of this game that it's pretty impressive, so we'll talk about that when we get to it. But suffice to say, it's a pretty cool little item. And a first aid spray. I believe we've already seen these, so I don't need to explain what it is. Looking good, Leon. Whoops. I guess we're going to have to combine the handgun parts. It's not really a big deal, the fact we've missed out on some extra bullets. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. But now we can pick up this. Okay. My only question is, we were in that room earlier and he wasn't there. So where the hell did he come from? Unless, of course, he was on the ceiling. That's a scary thought for you, isn't it? But yes, that's a pretty, for fans of the game, that's a pretty infamous little scene. So there we are. Still very effective to this day, I think. Especially if, I think it's more effective if you'd gone in the other side of the room earlier and you saw there was nothing in there. Because then it's like, well, you start thinking about it and think, well, where the hell was he then? And then you realise, oh, right, he was probably right on the fucking ceiling. Because that's the only thing that makes sense, right? We know this guy can crawl on ceilings. So, where else would he have been, you know? But, very effective stuff. So next we're going to go and see if Marvin's okay. Of course, we can't go that way because he... I didn't actually show this earlier, but he locked the door. As soon as he gave us the card key. I don't know how he got up to lock the door since he looked like he couldn't move, basically. But maybe he's doing better than we expected. So that's actually a positive sign now I think about it. If the guy's well enough to go and lock the door like that, maybe he's not that badly hurt as it happens. Okay, so the cord, we'll actually be using it here. Will we? You know what? I don't think we are. Let me try and explain the cord as best I can. So this game has a feature where things that you do in one scenario will directly affect the other scenario it's connected to. So at the start of the game, you can play Claire A or Leon A. And if you complete the scenario, you unlock the other character's B scenario. So Claire A unlocks Leon B, Leon A unlocks Claire B. And so things you do, for instance, this cord, you'll probably remember the shutter in the liquor room where we couldn't use it. Sorry, not where we couldn't use it, but the shutters were up basically and the cord was cut. Well, this cord is for those shutters basically. But if you use it on the shutters, it will, in the B scenario, it will already be there and the shutters will be down, but the cord will short out. And so when the shutters short out, they'll open and loads of zombies and shit will pour in, basically. So you've got to kind of be careful about which scenario you use it in. The question is, I can't remember which doors you're supposed to use with which scenario. I think you don't have to. You can just let the zombies pour in if you like. But it affects things. I think just for the purposes of this Let's Play, we'll just use this on the first shutters that we see. Because there's actually two shutters you can use them on, which adds to the confusion a little bit. And I'll be showing the other shutters locations, probably, yeah, in this part, I believe. So we'll be finding that out. The shotgun... I still need the shotgun, actually. So we'll be keeping that close by. I'm also going to do this. I know this is really anal, but... That looks far better, doesn't it? I'm sorry it had to be done. I was really annoyed by that. Okay, I don't have any weapon out. That probably isn't helpful. This gun, by the way, you probably noticed now, we have this option at the bottom. Auto means it fires 3-round bursts. Manual just means it works the same as the pistol did before. So, pretty simple stuff, really. It just means you can, if there's only one zombie, you can turn it to manual if you want to try and save ammo, basically. But for the most part, you can just leave it on auto and it's fine. So this part's backtracking, all backtracking, so we might as well just do a bit more creative editing. So we'll see you in a second. Okay, we're here. And as you can see, the diamond key now useless. So we'll be needing the shotgun for this, and you'll see why in a second. This room, well, you'll see. So it's a very small room, and it's full of fucking zombies. So there's two there, there's one there. And now you see why the shotgun is so good in this game. Basically, if you aim up next to a zombie, you'll take their head clean off, and it's a one-hit kill. Very useful. And I took two off in one go, as you saw at the end. So this appears to be a locker room of some sort. Oh, look, there's one more. I don't know how it didn't hit him, but it did. But yeah, you can see how good... Oh, there's another one. What the hell? Since when has there been 6 in here? I thought there were 5. Okay, that shows how much I know. Okay. You'll also notice I can still tap single shots. You just have to be careful. You have to just tap the button very lightly and you'll fire one shot instead of 3. But yes, a lot of zombies in here. So around this side... Is there anything even here? Oh yes, there's a film, that's right. So they'll take the film... And here is nothing else. So basically, in Leon A, honestly, just get to this door. That's the main thing. There's nothing here other than a film. I'll develop the film as soon as we're out of this area, so you can see what it is. But it's not that important. None of the films are. They're just background information, really. Did I miss anything? No, I don't believe I did. Okay, let's check on Marvin. Okay, earlier when I said Marvin might not be as bad as I thought, turns out I might have been a bit wrong. Very sad. Poor Marvin. And that's the hotkey. So finally, that door that we saw, I believe in part 1, we're finally going to be able to unlock that door. But very sad. Poor Marvin. He was destined to die. But he went down swinging. He took this guy's head off. So, in a way, quite not happy. That's completely the wrong word. But you know what I mean. A heroic end, let's just say. This is the door that we can unlock that leads back to the hall, of course. First, though, we're going to go and develop the film, because why not? I think this is the last chance we get to go to the dark room for quite a while, so I might as well go and get it over with. Okay, we're here. Let's develop the film. I keep forgetting you have to go to your inventory to develop film. And... oh. That is like a big arm and an eyeball or something? That's very odd. Code G. Dated September 15th. Okay. Well, there's film A. It's a big eyeball-y arm thing. Okay, the cord. Let's see. We need to go and use that now. What do we need for this next section? We don't need the shotgun, I don't believe. We can put that back. The heart key we're going to be using. Herb. I'll keep a herb in case... Nah, we should be okay. Famous last words, but we should be okay. I don't think there's anything else. No, we're all good. So we're going to go and use the cord, just to show that off. And then we're going to head to the door that was locked by the heart key. Way back when. I might as well talk about this actually while there's a bit of dead air. I've had some issues recording this episode. I think one of my hard drives is dying because that's where the ROM is located, or the ISO, whatever you want to call it, for this game. And so I was having some emulation issues. I had to restart the recording, basically. So that's concerning. I'm actually running the game now off one of my other drives, so we should be okay, but fingers crossed. Anyway, let's go and use that chord. I explained this in part 1. I'll explain it again, just in case. I am emulating the game on Dolphin, the GameCube emulator. And I do own a copy of the game, so as long as you own a copy of the game, you can download... Well, in theory, you have to rip your own ISO, but realistically, I didn't even have a disk drive on my computer anymore. Like, not many people do these days, so that's not really an option for me. So I had to download it, but it's totally fine to do so. Anyway, the chord has been cut here, so let's use it. And now, happily, the shutters are down, no zombies can get through or anything of that nature. However, the chord will short out soon, as it says there. In the B scenario, this chord will fail, so you have to bear that in mind. The shutters will go back up in the B scenario. So we'll be seeing that when we get to it, obviously. So you have to kind of pick and choose where you use it. In the A scenario, you don't really need to use it at all, to be honest, but you get 2 chords, 2 shutters for 2 playthroughs. You might as well use it on one, you know? Almost got grabbed there, that was close. Okay, so finally, let's see what's behind this door. And yep, the heart key only works the once, so there we are. Oh, herbs, sweet. Yay. As you can see, more broken windows, and here is the other shutter. So if you don't use the chord, if you use the chord on the other one, you can't use it on this one, and if you do use it on this one, this chord will also fail on the B scenario. Same thing as the other shutters, basically. So you can have one shutter closed in one and one in the other, but not both, if that makes sense. Here, by the way, shotgun ammo, so make sure you take that. This door, you need a club key, so we can't get in there just yet. And some stairs going down. Yes, it's time to go into the basement. The classic horror trope. I wonder what awaits us down here. Let's find out. Yep, the dogs are back. It takes a while, but this game does have dogs. So there we are. These are the dogs from Resident Evil 1, of course. They make a comeback. Pretty effective little introduction, because you can just hear the pitter-patter of tiny feet. And then suddenly these massive things come out of nowhere. So there's a lot of doors down here. As you'll see on the map, a lot of doors. So we'll be going through them one by one and exploring the contents. First things first, you can't open this door yet. It's arms storage, as you can see. Around here there's a parking garage, which we'll be going to shortly. There's another room here, which we'll be going into first, actually, now I think about it. Might as well. So this is a power room of some sort, it seems. Herb down there, of course. And we have a puzzle. So basically, I'll summarise all that. basically you need to restore the power, but you can't go too far over, essentially. Basically, you have to get 80 with 5 numbers, but you can only add 14 or 36. The easiest way to do it, as far as I remember... Actually, no, it's not add. It's add 36 or take away 14, excuse me. So the easiest way to do it is, if I remember rightly, this could be wrong, I'm just going on memory for this solution, but I'm pretty sure add 2 36s, take 2 14s, and add another 36, and you get 80. There's like 2 or 3 possible solutions to that puzzle. It's really not that difficult, to be honest. And here, very important item if you're new, a map for the police station. Or for the basement, I should say. So that's always useful. I keep thinking there's ammo around here as well, but I don't think there is. Oh, maybe under here? No, maybe not. Okay. Maybe I'm thinking of another scenario. I'm sure at some point there's ammo under there, but I don't know. Very strange. So that's the power restored, and as you saw in the cutscene, this card reader now works. But we don't have the card, so we need to find that as well. Here, as you can see by the sign above the door, autopsy room, which sounds kind of worrying. And then this is a kind of like a backyard, I guess. It's like a back alley sort of thing, as you'll see. There's a red herb, so even if you just come to pick this up, it's well worth the detour, to be honest. You can hear dogs again. As you can see, it's above me. And it does... 2 dogs jump down as you run to the manhole, but if you're quick enough, they won't reach you. And there's a door there. And basically nothing else. And this door is a save room. So if you need an item box, this is probably the best place to come if you're down here. There's a typewriter. No ink ribbon though, which is interesting. I don't think there's anything else. No, I'm pretty sure there isn't. It's just an item box. So if you need to put stuff away, there you are. We'll keep a green herb because I do sometimes take a lot of damage down here, so we'll keep that for safety. But yes, the basement. It's not anywhere near as big as the other floors, as you can imagine, but still quite expansive. And it connects to other things. So overall, it's a pretty big area of the game. And it's pretty well designed. So those dogs, as you can see, you can run past them. They're not that threatening. If you just keep running, they shouldn't hit you. Now, autopsy room. I have a bad feeling about this. We're essentially going inside a morgue. Near enough. Oh dear. Oh yeah, it's locked. I actually forgot it was locked, so there we are. No morgue for now, it seems. So, I guess we're going in the parking garage. There's nowhere else to go, so...
Sorry about that. When I saw the uniform, I thought you were another zombie.
Who are you?
Ada Wong.
And what are you doing here?
I'm looking for some guy named Ben. He's one of those reporter types, always looking for a scoop. I heard he was locked up in the cell block, only there's a wrecked car barring the entrance. I've been trying to find another way inside. If we work together, we can move this thing. Give me a hand here, will you?
Now, I'm laughing because, let's just get to the point. The side of the truck there, Raccoon Police Department, fair enough. Emergent say, Dale 911. Yeah, not great. Not great. It's a shame that no one picked up on that. Especially since this version of the game came out 5 years after the original, but never mind. Anyway, you just met Ada. She almost killed us, which was nice. Although, if she was trying to shoot us, she missed horribly because she shot the floor. Didn't even hit us in the leg, so not the best shot in the world, it seems, but, you know, she's pretty much just a civilian, so I guess that makes sense. Okay, so we have to move this out of the way, basically.
Ada, wait!
I hope you like that line, by the way, Ada, wait, because you'll be hearing it a lot more. Anyway, there's 2 ways to go here. That door I went past it on purpose, basically, because we don't need to go there yet. So, take this ammo, and we'll go through. This looks like jail cells, so this will be interesting. There's a green herb in here, but there's also a blue herb. Blue herbs cure poison, which is a stat we haven't seen yet, but we will be... I mean, hopefully we won't be seeing it because I don't want to get poisoned. But we'll be seeing enemies that cause poison later on in the game. So basically this is for those guys. It's not, you know, a huge factor really. You're probably not going to get poisoned. It's unlikely, but you should take it anyway because a poison is really annoying and needs to be cured badly, so...
Let me guess. You must be Ben, right? Get up, now!
What do you want? I'm trying to sleep here.
Is this the guy?
Ben, you told the city officials that you knew something about what's been going on, didn't you? What did you tell them?
And who the heck are you?
I'm trying to find my boyfriend. His name's John. He was working for a branch office of Umbrella, based in Chicago, but he suddenly disappeared 6 months ago. I heard a rumor that he's here in the city.
I don't know anything. And even if I did, why would I want to tell you?
Okay, I say we leave him in there. Does anyone know where they put the key to this cell?
I have it right here, officer. But I'm not about to leave this cell. Those zombies aren't the only things crawling around out there.
What was that?
Like I said, I'm not leaving this cell. Get out of here before you lead it right to me.
Hey, I'm not going anywhere. I'm the only cop left alive in this building.
What?
Look, if you want to live, then you're gonna have to leave with me.
But do you even know how to get out of the city? There's a kennel in the back of the building. Inside the kennel is a manhole. Go through and it'll lead you to the sewer entrance, but it won't be easy.
All right, I'm going.
So, the map's showing us where we need to go, helpfully. And as you can see here, there's a manhole opener, so it's pretty obvious where we've got to go. And Ben has nothing else to say to us, so I guess we'll be leaving. But yes, that was Ben. What's his name again? I think his last name is Bertolucci. Something like that, anyway, I'm pretty sure. I don't know how I remember this shit, because I don't think the game even tells you his surname. I'm pretty sure it was in like the instruction booklet for the PS1 title, I believe. Something like that. Okay, this, as he said, is the kennels. Kennels screams dogs. So, yes. Fortunately, they appear to be locked up. Also, this one was called Rocket, apparently. So that's good. They're locked up, so what's the worst that can happen, right? And a red herb. Very helpful. So we'll be taking that. Oh dear! So yeah, the red herb triggers the dogs, but fortunately they disappear while he's opening the manhole cover, so very fortunate. Oh, right. If you're arachnophobic, you might want to look away. Welcome to giant spiders. Honestly, run past them. That's the best way to deal with them, honestly. We'll probably be fighting them later on anyway. They cause poison. They're one of the enemies that can cause poison. Poison basically just means you steadily lose health. Also, you can't see how much health you have either. The only thing you have to go on is if you start limping really badly, you know you're in danger health, which is basically one hit away from death, essentially. So as you can see, there's a shutter here, so we're not going anywhere that way. And a place called Septic Pool, which we'll go to in a second. But first off, storage. This is a save room, so... And as you can see, if you did get poisoned, there is a blue herb here. So if you did pick up the one at the jail, don't worry too much about that. But it's good to have a lot of these, because you never know what can happen, right? Getting poisoned makes things very difficult. Just trying to see if we need anything here. Nope, we're good. Okay, I think we'll call that a part. Will we? No, we can go a little bit further. It's fine. No, we will call it a part, actually. I just remembered what's coming up next, so it's quite time-consuming. So we will call that a part, I believe. I think it's a good place to stop for now, anyway. So we're finally at the underground, and things are even worse down here than they are on the surface, it seems. And we've met some new characters. We've met Ada, and we've met Ben. So, interesting characters. So we'll see what the game has in store for us with those guys, and also we'll see what happens later on down the road. By the way, the yellow text, if you're eagle-eyed, you'll notice, oh no, my real name was there. Yes, my real name's Jake. Shock horror. Anyway, that's me for now. Part 4 coming soon, so until then, bye.